Hello my dear students. In this video we are going to discuss the topic partition of Bengal. Students, till now we have studied the formation of the Indian National Congress and its first 20 year, which is known as the moderate phase for the Indian National Congress, and that is till 1905. Okay. Now, in the year 1905, one very important incident took place, which once again united all Indians together. And that incident was the passing of the law by the Britishers regarding the partition of Bengal. Means the region of Bengal was partitioned by the Britishers. Now, firstly, for understanding the partition of Bengal, it is important to know about the region of Bengal. At that time, the Bengal is not what is nowadays the West Bengal region, while it consists of the region of present-day Bengal plus Bihar and plus Odisha. So, Bengal itself was a large province. And another thing regarding the Bengal was it was the center. It was the nerve center of the national movement. Why? Because it was the place where the intellectual class was there. You all know that all the famous, like the Vande Mataram written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, it was written by he was also the Bengali, means all the intellectual class, educated class who played a very important role in the national movement all belonged to the region of Bengal. So Bengal became the nerve center of the national movement and the headache for the Britishers. That's why they were thinking to divide this center, to divide this power also with the partition of this province. So they had taken the decision of doing the partition of the region of Bengal. And what excuse they had given? We are doing the partition for the administrative convenience. Because the region of Bengal, the Bengal province was very large. So it was difficult to administer a large province, because if we administer, it will be, means no developmental work can be took place successfully over here. That's why for the development of the region, we are dividing it for the convenience of administration. This was the reason given by the Britishers behind the partition of Bengal. But Indians understood their motive, that what was their real motive for the behind the partition. Now, how they partitioned the region? What they did, they partitioned the region of Bengal like they added the Eastern Bengal region, which is today's Bangladesh. If you see the map of India, like this, it is na. So here is student is the Bangladesh region. Then here is Bihar. Okay, Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Okay, this is Bangladesh now, this is Odisha, and this is Bengal, then Bengal, and here is the Bihar. Okay, leave it. So here is the region of Bengal here. So how they did, they added this Bangladesh to the territory of Assam. They partitioned it, taken out the today's Bangladesh region was the part of Bengal, so they partitioned it and added the Eastern Bengal, made it East Bengal, and West Bengal is the today's Bengal. Okay, and they added the Eastern Bengal to Assam. In this way they divided. So now know about the population. In Eastern Bengal, mainly the Muslim Bengalis were there, while in the Western Bengal, the Hindu Bengalis were there. Now their motive was to divide these intellectuals of Bengal on the basis of religion also. Means this was the first time when they started thinking of their divide and rule policy of dividing the Indians, because it was the main nerve center of the national movement. All the educated class was there. So it became tough for the Britishers to handle them. So they think of dividing their power. So how they divided? They divided the Bengal into the Eastern Bengal and the Western Bengal. Eastern Bengal they had added to Assam, and East Bengal consists of mainly the Muslim Bengalis, which is nowadays a Bangladesh region, and West Bengal consists of the Hindu population. Okay. So this thing they had done when the incidents law passed regarding the partition of Bengal in the year 1905. And at that time, the Governor General was the Lord Curzon. Always remember, Lord Curzon. Okay, this question can be asked. This kind of question can be asked in a competitive exam. Who was the Governor General of Bengal at the time of the partition? So it was Lord Curzon. Now, when the partition incidents took place, then the reaction of the Indians react so much against the partition. They raised their voice to stop it, and against this decision, they started a protest. And they started the protest against the partition. They in the form of anti-partition movement, which were the Swadeshi. They launched Swadeshi movement and the boycott movement. What was Swadeshi movement? Swadeshi movement was to use the Swadeshi product, the goods of the country. In this way, they can also give boost to the Indian industries. Okay. And boycott of the foreign good, boycott of the British good. And by boycotting the British good, they can harm the British economy, because they known this thing very well, that Britishers mainly came here for their economic benefit, for getting their trade benefit. And when we start boycotting their goods, then it will be a good strike on them, that this will be the best method in which they will listen the voice of the Indians. That's why they started boycotting their goods and started using the Swadeshi products. Now, what happened when the protests were going on? Obviously, Britishers react very harshly against the protest. They try to suppress the protest. And how they try to suppress? This protest of the Swadeshi movement and boycott movement, it shaken the British rule in India too much. Because what was done by the Congress leaders, some of the Congress leaders were in favor of spreading the movement. Initially, the Swadeshi movement and the boycott movement, which was started against the partition of Bengal, it was centered in the region of Calcutta and then spread to the whole of Bengal region. But some Congress leaders have the idea to spread the movement apart from the Bengal also to various parts of India. In this way, we can unite all the Indians. They were thinking like this. On this issue, the Congress party get split up because some members were in favor to center the movement only in the region of Bengal, because they want the annulment of the decision of the partition of Bengal. They want the Britishers to take back this decision of the partition. So they want to center their protest in the region of Bengal, while other leaders of the Congress, they were in favor of spreading this movement to whole of India, so that the British rule will get shaken up in whole of India, and these Britishers will move back away. And this difference was obviously the difference between the moderate leaders and the extremist leader. Why? Because these extremist leaders, they want a quick result. That's why at this time they started thinking that if the movement, the Swadeshi and the boycott movement spread to whole of India, then the British rule will get shaken up and they will move back. They were thinking of a quick result. And because of this, what the steps taken by these leaders, extremist leaders of the Congress, they formed the secret societies. The secret societies which were illegal. This Congress party was legal. But these secret societies were illegal, and what these people started, these extremist leaders started recruiting the young leaders, young boys in their secret society, and they installed in them the feeling of the sacrifice for the nation, that you have to give the sacrifice for the nation. Even if you have to give your life for that, then that is a small thing, because the nation is becoming like this feeling they started inculcating in the heart of these young boys. And obviously you all know that the young boys were so much hot blooded, that's why they get motivated easily. While the moderate leaders disapprove these secret societies and their method of doing this. According to them, we have to move slowly and steady, and we will get can achieve our target by that method only. If we start using these kind of the harsh methods, then obviously the British government will also use in reaction the harsh method, and they started doing the harsh treatment with the Indians. So this is not the good way of demanding the self-rule. So this was the dispute of the ideology between both the group of the Indian National Congress. Okay, come back to the partition of Bengal. What you have studied, partition of Bengal took place in the year 1905. The Governor General at that time, Lord Curzon, the reason given by the Britishers was that they were dividing it for the administrative convenience, but real motive was to divide the power of the national movement and to divide the Bengalis into two groups on the basis of religion, Hindus and the Muslims. And in the reaction of this, anti-partition movement started. What were the movement? The boycott movement and the Swadeshi movement. The boycott movement, in boycott movement, they start boycotting the British goods so that the British economy will go down. And in the Swadeshi movement, they started using the Indian goods so that the Indian industries will get the boom. During this time, you know that the young leaders of the party, the young leaders means the extremists, the radical leaders of the Indian National Congress, they advocated the revolutionary method. Revolutionary method means forceful method to participate in the social boycott. But obviously the moderate leaders were against that. So, and the movement was so intense that it even shaken the British rule. British were alarmed at that, and they start thinking how to stop this. And in reaction, they started arresting the Indian leaders, Indian people. They started arresting them, putting them into jail. They started applying the lathi charge on these Indians. And even the students who started participating in the movement, they expelled those students from the government schools and the colleges. They stopped giving the grant to the private institutions who were participating, who were the part of these Swadeshi and the boycott movement. But what was happening among the Indians? The Indians were themselves means boycott those people who were not ready to participate. Means all the Indians were motivated mainly in the region of Bengal to participate in the Swadeshi and the boycott movement. And the people who were not willing to participate in the Swadeshi movement and the boycott movement, then people started boycotting those people only. Why they are not participating in the unity of the country. So all these were the things, and as the result, finally, when in spite of doing all these things, Britishers can't be able to stop the movement, then finally the annulment of the partition was done. Annulment means again the decision was taken back, and both the region of Bengal was joined as a one province again. Okay. Now, after this annulment, what happened? In the year 1907, the Congress session held in the region of Surat. And here in the meeting of the Indian National Congress every year. At the end of the year, in the month of December, the meeting of the Indian National Congress took place, in which they planned their yearly activities. So in this meeting, in the session of the Surat, what happened? The Congress party get divided up into two groups. Earlier there was a differences between these people, but they were working. But now they get split up into two groups on the decision that radical group wanted their leader to preside the meeting, to preside the session, while the moderate leader want Gopal Krishna Gokhale ji to be the leader of the meeting, to preside the session of the Indian National Congress. On this issue, the party get split up into two groups. So this is known in the history by the name of Congress Surat split, and it took place in the year 1907. Now after this, what happened? You know that the First World War started in the year 1914, and then Britishers asked the Indian, mainly the member of the Indian National Congress, to ask the Indians to participate in the first in the World War from the side of the Britishers, and in return we will provide you the self-rule. We will give you the administration of the country if after the war we will win in that. So the moderate leaders of the Indian National Congress, they asked the Indians to participate in the to get recruited in the army and fought from the side of the Britishers in the World War. Indian participated in it. But when the war get over, Britishers turned from their tongue. Whatever they said that after the war we will give you the self-rule. Now they turned from their words, and they said that we are not going to leave, we are not going to give you the self-rule. And that was a very shocking thing for the moderate leaders. They were shocked by this because they believe Britishers to be the one who respect them, who respect the idea of the equality, liberty, and they were there to modernize the Indians. But now this thing was shocking for the moderate leaders. So now the Congress leaders started thinking in a different way. Now what the radical leaders did, like the leader Bal Gangadhar Tilak, they established their another society, and the name of the society was the Home League. Home Rule League. Its two branches were made. One branch was led by the Tilak, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, while another branch was given under the Annie Besant. She was the Irish woman. So Home Rule League had the motive to make the Indians to be able to rule themselves and demand from the Britishers the home rule. Means we want to rule our country ourselves. So Home Rule League was established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and another branch was given to the Annie Besant to do. Okay, all these things were going on in the country. The national movement was going on, and in the history, the time comes of that of the 1960. In 1960, Home Rule League was established. Then in the same year, another session of the Indian National Congress took place. 1916, and this session took place at a place Lucknow, and this was a very important historical session, because in this session now the moderate leaders and the extremist leader, they understood that we can't achieve the success, we can't achieve the independence, we can't achieve the motive of this national movement till we get united. So both the group, extremists as well as the moderate, they again came together in this historical Lucknow Pact, which is known as the Lucknow Pact because the pact was signed at Lucknow. In this, moderate, extremist as well as the Muslim League, all these three came together. Okay, student, I forgot to tell you regarding the Muslim League. The Muslim League was founded in the year 1906, just next year after the partition of Bengal. As I told you that the Britishers now started their policy of divide and rule. Divide and rule. And on this policy, what they started, they motivate some of the Indians who were economically strong, like the Nawabs, to form their own society as the answer of the Indian National Congress. Like they said that this Indian National Congress is the body where the majority Hindus are there. So for the minority Muslim, you have to make your own society and we will favor you. That's why the Muslim League was established in the year 1906, and the founder of the league were the persons like the Aga Khan and the Salimullah Khan. Okay, they were the Nawab Salimullah. They were the founder of the Muslim League. But all the Muslims were not in favor of this Muslim League. Like there were some persons like that of the Abdul Kalam Azad, Hakim Ajmal Khan, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. They were the member of the Congress and they were against the formation of the Muslim League, because according to them, the formation of the Muslim League is dividing the power of the national movement, is dividing the power of the Indians into two. And it will bring a kind of a communal feeling among the Indians. So they remain in the Congress party and they ask the Indian to follow the pattern of the Congress party. So in this way, the Indian national movement get split up in two parts and Britishers were able to, with their policy of the divide and rule. But in the year 1916, in the Indian National Congress session at Lucknow, a pact was signed in which all these three groups, moderate leaders of the Congress, extremists, as well as the Muslim League people, all these three came together for a common cause, that is the national movement, because now they understood that when till the time we remain divided, we can't be able to achieve our target. That's why they all came together. So now we came to the year 1916 in the national movement. Okay, until 1916, the time period is known as the first phase of the national movement. And after 1916, from 1916, the second phase of the national movement started. Students, for the convenience of study, we divide the national movement into two parts, into two phases. National movement. We divide the national movement into two phases. First phase and second phase. Okay. First phase is till 1916. Okay. Until the Lucknow Pact, when all these three came together. And second phase is also known as the Gandhian phase. Gandhian phase. Why? Because in 1915, Mahatma Gandhi came back to India, and for 1 year he took up the tour for whole of India to know about the actual situation of India. And in 1916 he entered the national movement. Until the Indian independence, Mahatma Gandhi was the part of it. And in this time period, the Mahatma Gandhi has a central role in the national movement. He was one of the important leader of the national movement. That's why this second phase is also said to be the Gandhian phase. And regarding this phase, we will study in the next chapter, that is National Movement Part 2. Thank you all.